Peter is now a tropical depression, ladies and gentlemen. I repeat, Peter is now a tropical depression. At the latest advisory as of 5 p.m. Eastern Time, Peter is now a tropical depression. We had the latest NHC public advisory right here. At 5 p.m., the center of tropical depression Peter was located at latitude 20.5 north, longitude 65 west. It is moving west-northwest at 8 miles per hour, so that forward motion has dropped quite a bit, and and it is expected to slow down further because as it's going to start turning toward the northwest. So yeah, that is expected. So yeah, it will remain well north of the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico tonight, and should move well east of the southeastern Bahamas during the next few days. Maximum sustained winds have decreased to 35 miles per hour. There's still going to be some rainfall, especially in Puerto Rico. I can pull up the satellite right here. As you can see, with that, it's thunderstorm activity has really gone over Puerto Rico at this time. So there you have it. Rainfall around the southern part of Tropical Depression Peter could produce an additional rainfall towards 1 to 4 inches, with some storm amounts accumulating up to 6 inches. So that's new. Across portions of the northern Leeward Islands, including portions of the Virgin Islands, as well as Puerto Rico and the northern portions of Hispaniola through Thursday morning. The rainfall could lead to areas of urban and small stream flooding. So remember, if you're in any of these areas, turn around, don't drown. That's the main thing. So yeah, as you can see, the Virgin Islands in the Puerto Rico, parts of Hispaniola, even though this isn't, I don't think this is part of the system, it's starting to get affected by it. So yeah, the interesting thing is they downgraded to a tropical depression just as thunderstorm activity was starting to increase near the core, which that doesn't always mean it's strengthening, but I found that kind of interesting, so I thought I'd put that bring that out there. So these are the latest tracks. The models are now once again split on when this thing is going to start turning and where, essentially. Like the HWFI has it turning right away, whereas the HMNI is waiting a couple of days then turning. So that's a new development, because last video the models were in general agreement on when this was and where this is going to start turning. Now they're split again, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. Intensity models are in. All these models, the majority of them keep it at tropical depression strength. I think that's fair. I genuinely think it is. The HWFI has it going up to a tropical storm again. I mean, if it actually went through this path, that would be possible, but in my opinion, it's just going to stay a tropical depression. If it does re-strengthen to a storm, it's probably going to be a 40 mile per hour tropical storm. And the modeling mostly agrees with that. So that's what I'm going to stick with. But yeah, this is the satellite over the last 6 hours. That thunderstorm activity really ramped up, and even near the center of circulation too, which I found interesting, even though this is now downgraded to a tropical depression. But once again, it increased thunderstorm activity here. It means that it may be getting more organized, yes, but it doesn't always mean right away, oh, it's starting to strengthen back up again. It generally means that looks like there's some increased thunderstorm activity. Better keep an eye on this, and that's what I'm going to do. So the few key takeaways is, one, it's a tropical depression, down to 35 miles per hour, and two, the rainfall threat, especially in Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, you could see some flooding. Just remember, turn around, don't drown. Third key takeaway, the models are split again, so that's a new development right there. So yeah, this is now more of a wait-and-see scenario than it was last time. So yeah, the fourth key takeaway is that majority of the modeling agrees that it's going to stay a tropical depression. I think it's going to stay a tropical depression. So that's the key takeaway. There are a few models that have going to tropical storm strength, but there are certain conditions for that to happen. So yeah, the final key takeaway is that even though this weakened to a depression, the thunderstorm activity really ramped up near the core. So Could this core start developing, or could it just do what it did last time, just shift completely to the east like it did? So I'll be keeping a close eye on it. Be sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more updates.